Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the campus of North Carolina Wesleyan here at Vernon T. Bradley Jr. Stadium on the south and east corner of the campus, just on the corner of Tom Betts and Highway 301. Don Stallings Field for the home opener for your battling Bishops. We've just had the starting lineups for the visitors we just had the team introductions for the visitors from Brevard coming in at 0-1, the loss at Montreat, and then your battling Bishops competed against Montreat as well, and also Warren Wilson in the same Asheville area there a couple weeks ago. Wesleyan's most recent scheduled contest was last Saturday at Trinity in Washington, D.C., and it was postponed due to snow still on the field. My guess is it will be further postponed after the 2 to 6 inches that the D.C. area got most recently. The field is ready. The sunshine is out. It is a very cold and somewhat breezy, gusty, I guess is another way to say it, a gusty day here, but a beautiful looking day. You can see the teams are fairly bundled up, and the officials as well. Usually they've got shorts or skirts on, and today they're bundled up pretty tight, the coaching staffs, with jackets from both teams. We welcome back Sarah Perry. Sarah is a former assistant coach for your battling Bishops here several years ago. Now the head coach, of course, at Brevard. So we welcome Sarah back to Rocky Mount. So the home debut for your battling Bishops. Looks like we'll have Maxima Iglesias at the face-off for your battling Bishops, and Ariana Casterno, a junior from Cumming, Georgia, will be on the face-off for Brevard. Iglesias, of course, a senior from Buenos Aires. Referee backs up and blows a whistle. It'll be controlled by Brevard. I believe that's Hill that takes it, and she's off to the races, headed toward the goal. Challenge there by, I believe that was Lauren Graham. It is. Graham picks her up. Now the offense is settled in a little bit as Brevard decides what they want to do. Hill still with the ball out front. A little more movement now. Shot clock winds at 65 and counting. Hill pitches it over to Norris, back to Hill. She shoots it. It's just high, and it will out of bounds. Brevard will retain possession. See the exact number. I think that may be Harden that's got the ball, brings it in from the corner. Challenges. She's spun around there by Felicity, I believe that was, and that's a goal. That is going to be number 10. I'll make sure that's right. Yes, that was number 10, Sophia Harden on the goal. She's a junior from Brooklyn, New York, John Dewey High School. I think we stop the clock on the goals, don't we? All right, that may be a change. Sorry. Smart. All right, sorry, checking on a couple things there. It'll be back same face-off here. We've got getting things in order. Referee's happy now, and we'll go back to the face-off again. It'll be Iglesias for your battling Bishops, and I believe that's Casterno for the Tornadoes. It is. It's grabbed again by Hill this time. She races again toward that 8-meter. And now she's going all the way this time. She gets it up and in. Top right corner. She falls to the ground, checked on by the Wesleyan player. And now she's up, walking away. Sticks laid there will get checked on by the official. New rule this year, we were getting briefed by the officials before the game, just to maybe some of the changes and updates this year. And one of them is a 30-second time now from the time the stick has been approved or disapproved after a goal. There's 30 seconds the teams have to get ready for the face-off. Getting all that straight. So it'll be Casterno, and this time it'll be the sophomore for NC Wesleyan. That's Nicole Tarasi, the sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, West Boca High School. She plays all over the field. She's in this time with a Glacius set, double-teamed off the, from where we're sitting, the right side and a little away. Glacius runs in at it this time, and ball gets away. It's Norris and Iglesias both chasing it. It goes out of bounds. Going to be interesting to see who they give it to. They do give it to Brevard. Iglesias thought it was going to be Ballin Bishop ball, so she let it go out of bounds. Norris picks it up and tosses it ahead to Heel, and Heel is racing in again, but she'll slow it down this time to set the offense. Pitches it over to Norris up top. Norris not in a hurry, back to Heel. Now Heel will challenge. Get through, it's slapped away. Looks like we're going to have a foul. We will have a foul. I believe that was on Eliana Butler. Butler, a freshman from Cary, went to Apex High School. Also played soccer here at NC Wesleyan this past fall. Done a great job of picking up lacrosse here this spring. That'll put Heel there in the free position, and she'll take the shot. Mid-left, it's in. That'll be a 3-0 score here with just over 12 minutes in the first period. Three nothing here. Let's see if we change anything. So Tarasi will be back at the midfield for NC Wesleyan. Casertano will be there for the Tornadoes. Wesleyan really looking for the first legitimate possession right now. A little bit different setup for Brevard, not doubling on Iglesias this time. So let's see where it goes. Official backs away, and we're off. It's popped up, and that time it is. Casertano controlled it, and it was knocked away, and Tarasi will gather it, and the Ballin Bishops get to attack. Tarasi loses it. It's picked up by Norris, and she is off to the races past the boundary line at the 30, and now she'll settle in for offense. She's picked up by Lauren Graham, number 7. It's also a former soccer player. She's from Williamstown, New Jersey, a junior. So Hill's got up top. So far, Hill and Norris doing the bulk of the offensive action for Brevard. Of course, got the earlier goal by Sophia Harden. This time it is Hill to Norris, and Norris turns and shoots right in front of the crease for a goal. That'll be 4-0 with 11:09 to play. Take a short break here. It's a timeout. So we'll take a break as well as they take a break, and we'll be right back after these words from Flow Sports. Welcome back here to Rocky Mount. The Battling Bishops have had a chance to regroup and talk about it. That'll bring us back out here. It'll be Casertano and Taurasi, which has been the last two face-offs. We'll do it again. This resulted in a slightly better chance at control. Resulted in one possession, 1 of 2 for the Battling Bishops. So Taurasi will stay out there for Wesleyan and look to try to get control and get an attack this time. The Battling Bishops have scored, showed much improvement in this season, especially early in the year on scoring goals. And so trying to get on track today is 4-0 right now with 11:09 to go in the first quarter. We had a little bit of I'm not sure what we had. We had a false start with, not a false start, but we had a start too soon for 2 of the, I thought, offensive players. It was a violation on Brevard, and so it will be NC Wesleyan possession. Maxima Iglesias takes it at the center line. She'll approach the 30, and now she's inside with Wesleyan on the attack. She's challenged there by Norse. Tightly contested. Running all the way around behind the goal now. Loops around, looking inside. She's challenged there by Casertano. And we've got a foul there on Casertano. That'll put Casertano behind Iglesias. She starts, and Casertano knocks it away. And I believe that was Norris that helped knock it back to Casertano controlling it. She's headed all the way down to challenge. Now pitches it ahead to Harden, that scored the first goal of the game. She pitches back out to Norris. Can't quite make the connection. The ball's rolling, and it's going to go. Not going to be able to save it, so possession will switch over to North Carolina Wesleyan. Iglesias will take it. And we're back live here. Uses a screen by Graham. She's challenged there by Harden. Momentary challenge. Zuniga also looks to set a little bit of a screen. And inside the 30 line here again. Iglesias not being challenged yet here. Looks more like a little bit of a zone offense. A zone defense, I should say. Now she's challenged there by Hill, met by Hill, and also number 14, Lopez Velez. She's a freshman from St. Cloud, Florida. Iglesias still with it. Loses it, but is able to pick it back up. Was trying to get in front of the goal. Now she'll get there. Turn, and looks like she's ready to shoot it. Pops out. A challenge there by Brevard. Not sure who got a hand on it. But it'll maintain Wesleyan possession. 38 and counting on the shot clock. She's behind the goal looking for a teammate. She checks the shot clock now. No hurry. It's just ticked under 30. Things settled down. She had a cutter there. Nicole Taurasi looked for, but the stick from, I believe that was Hill, was in front of Iglesias. She'll take a run, stutter steps, goes to the right, shoots it, and it goes by. It's off, and it will be, I'll have the best view trying to see who's going to get the ball here. It's going to be Wesleyan. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Brevard. So Hill will take it. And Brevard is off to look to attack. Brings it across the center line. Pitches ahead to Norris. Norris in no hurry, just inside the 30. Tosses it back up to Hill. Now Hill's looking to make a little bit of a run. She's challenged by Graham and backs it out. 60 on the clock. 7:45 to go by almost halfway through this first period. 4-0 is your score for Brevard. Brevard had a flurry of action in the first 4 to 5 minutes. Slowed down a little bit. Wesleyan's got some possessions. Now Brevard moving the ball. Exchange out front. Casertano takes it on the shot, loses it. Picked up by a teammate, passed back to Casertano. She tips it over to Norris. Norris loses it. Iglesias picks it up for Wesleyan, and now she'll sprint it out. out of Brevard's area, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Iglesias brings it back. The clock will stop, and the officials will get it set here. 6:55 to go. Wesleyan still looking for the first goal of this one. That's going to be on number 12, Heel. Waiting on him to communicate to us exactly what it is. They will eventually through the walkie-talkie technology. Official is talking to Coach Perry, relaying that information. But Hill is in the penalty, and it is a green card. And it's going to be 1 minute. More. 1 minute on 12. Yep. Get it quick as you can. Run the clock. Green card. 12. Should we release that 5:55? Yeah, just don't put it up there now. All right, back to action here. That is Bree Garcia. Bree is a senior from Columbia. Waiting to interpret the call here from the official. I think the official called the wrong out of bounds line. The official said it was out on the white, but the black line is out of bounds. I think they got it figured out, and it'll now be back to NC Wesleyan. Definitely several different lines on the field. The Lacrosse. Testing. The Lacrosse lines. The Lacrosse lines are black typically all the way around. Easier to see them. However, it's easy to get confused with the other lines on the field. So Iglesias will start with it on the right side now. She'll hop around, and now she's looking inside Taurasi. Taurasi catches, turns, and it's knocked away there. It's eventually gathered up. Well, it's still kind of up for grabs. Looks like a goalie for Brevard has it. It was knocked away by number 2, Tallulah Fish, a sophomore from Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Another beautiful place. Kayla Smith-Fondle, the goalkeeper there from Baytown, Texas, eventually came up with it. She's got it now. She's looking to clear it with the help of her teammates. Taurasi is showing some pressure. 60 on the clock. She tosses it up toward Casertano, catches it around the 30 there, and now she's off to the races. Pitches ahead. It's lost. It's up for grabs now. Still up for grabs. Originally intended for Norris, and she's the one that will come up with it. She's challenged by Graham. That'll be a foul on Graham. I think it's going to be a card. It's going to be a yellow card on number 7, Lauren Graham. All right, we're back in action here. That's going to be Hill up there with it. We got a lot of action with Brevard here. A lot of movement by Brevard. Elena Butler up top challenging Hill. She'll knock it away. Now it's a fight for it. And trapping, I believe. I'm not sure who it's going to. I guess that's going to be on Butler. So we'll turn it back over to Hill. And we're getting ready to. Official moves Hill to the top. And moves Iglesias off a little bit. Hill challenges and then pops back out. Brevard in no hurry. Casertano with a goal from Hill. Throws it down. We'll see if Graham is released or not. We'll find out here in a second. So 4:07 to go. Brevard gets their 5th goal, first goal in a while. That will bring back in Graham. So 4:07 to go. 5-0 is the score in the first period. All righty, we've got Tarasi and Casertano. This has been a pretty good battle here on the face-off. Draw, I should say. Been watching too much the Olympic hockey here in the last week or two. Looks like Casertano will control it this time. Be challenged by Tarasi, gets by her. Garcia challenges her, throws it over Norris's head. Norris not able to control it. However, it's picked up and then lost by number 13, Jordan Fournette. And then we're going to get a penalty on number 3 for NC Wesleyan. That's Allison Zuniga. It's going to put her out for 1 minute. We got Hill with it up top. And that's a goal. So that'll be a quick releasable one. So it'll be 6-0 here, 3:39. So Brevard has added a couple goals here in the last minute. Bring it back here for the face-off. So 6-0, 3:39 to go, first quarter. Brevard firmly in control of this one. Your Ballon Bishops, a lot of calls for excitement in building this program. We've got several commitments for next year, a couple more that I think are close, and so excited about what is here and building this year, and then as well as future years here for NC Wesleyan. Got a foul there, so it will turn back over to Brevard. Iglesias initially controlled it off of the draw. Now Casertano has it. She'll pitch ahead to Norris. Throws it inside, uncontested there. Really was a Harden turn and certainly wasn't open. It was kind of a one-on-one. I think she rushed it a little bit. It went high. And eventually, now the Ballon Bishops have it. Iglesias will be off to the races there on the far side. She's being challenged all the way down by Fournette. She's from Greensboro, North Carolina, sophomore from Northwest Guilford High School. Iglesias makes me tired watching her run down the field like that just one time. I can't imagine doing it play after play after play. But that's what they prepare for and work for. So she's behind the goal now, looking for a teammate or to figure out what will be next here on the offensive side. Tarasi has also scored some early in this year. She's looked for her one time earlier, had a good look at it, but wasn't able to control it long enough to get a shot off. So Iglesias will go at it here. Beats her defender initially, but then there's some help there by number 2, Fish. She'll start it again. Go left, turn back right, spins, tosses, dribbles down, but then it's picked up by Hill and carried away from danger from scoring there. Hill now is off to the races on the near side, but she'll pitch it ahead to Casertano. Casertano brings it across their center stripe and now jogs in the middle, past the 30, into their offensive zone. 70 on the shot clock as the teams both settle in. 125 on the first quarter clock. 6-0 your score. Casertano shouting out instructions, tosses it back up to Hill. Norris cuts through. Hill behind the goal, threw it up to the cutting Norris, and there's going to be a foul. Thought it might be on Iglesias, but we're about to find out. 56.6 remaining. Bringing the ball back in, and they're going to get it set up here. That time it was Smallwood, junior, 5'7", from Ocala, Florida. Beautiful horse country down there. We got a violation. It's going to turn it over to Wesleyan. That'll be Iglesias with it. Before she gets going, it's going to move her back inside the exterior arc. And now with Norris in front of her, they'll get things started. 55.2 on the clock here in the first quarter. Backs up Norris. Graham there set the screen. And Iglesias tosses it up to Garcia. Speedy Garcia, is off to the races. She's challenging down the middle of the field. Now runs to the right side, being hampered there by Lopez Velez. Pitches back up to Tarasi. Tarasi surveys. Now she's behind the goal. She's being checked there closely by Fish. Back to Garcia, not being challenged initially, but as she got closer to the top, she was challenged. And we've got a foul, I believe, on Brevard. Fisher looked to communicate over to the sideline. We'll get the possession clock down to 50. We'll have 10.5 on the game clock. This is for the first quarter. Wesleyan looking to get on the board here, and we're going to run it. Here we go. Garcia being chased by 2 Brevard defenders trying to run out that time, and it looks like that'll be the case. 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of your first period. 6-0 your score. We'll be right back after these words from Flow Sports. And we're back here at the start of the second period. The teams are jogging out from making adjustments, etc. 6-0 your score after one. 15 on the clock here for the second period. And we're going to be headed to the draw here. Looks like for NC Wesleyan, it'll be Eliana Butler out there this time. And it'll still be Casertano. No, I'm sorry, it's possession. I'm sorry. Had that wrong. It was Brevard possession because they got it last. At the end of the last period, they turned Wesleyan over right before the end of the period. Norris with it. Looking to throw it back up to Hill. Gets it to Hill. She is checked by Butler. Butler tries to knock it away. Thrown in. Great catch by Norris there. She's in front of the goal. Now off to the side. Not able to turn and fire. We do have a flag drawn for foul. That'll put Norris at a free position with Iglesias behind. Norris wiggles the stick, gets ready, shoots, fires, gets into the goal. That'll make it 7-0 with 14-12, just 48 seconds into this second period. They're able to score their first goal. Going to pull up some stats here for us to look at. That'll be Norris's third goal. So Hill has 2, Casertano with 2, and that is Norris's 3 to take the lead for Brevard. I believe those were the same 3 scores Brevard had at Montreat. I believe that was a 14-7 loss. Now we're ready for draw control with Butler aggressively got it headed in Wesleyan's direction, but it was eventually picked up by Casertano, who now controls it into the Brevard area. That'll be Wesleyan possession. Iglesias comes away with it. We'll bring it forward. And we've got a whistle again. That'll bring Iglesias with be a green card, I believe that's on Casertano. It is. So it'll be 1 minute on Casertano. Iglesias will start with it deep in their own protective area. And she's off. Iglesias brings it all the way into the Wesleyan's attack area. Looking to her right and left. Not really challenged defensively yet. Brevard seems satisfied to protect the goal area and let Iglesias freely run it around behind the goal. Iglesias looking in, now turns, spins, backs it up. Garcia cuts through. Tarasi's also in there. Iglesias shoots it just left there, short and left. It'll be retained by Wesleyan. Looks like Tarasi with it now, behind the goal. She's looking for teammates. She slowly walks towards the crease, spins, and is into the crease. I think that's going to be violation. Felt like she was pushed, but the call will be against NC Wesleyan, and it'll be controlled by Brevard. Tarasi checking the goalie there. She does get it out, initially dropped, but then controlled That's Burris Whitesides. Now it's all the way down. Norris with it sprinting deep towards the goal. Pitches over to Casertano. I'm sorry, it's not Casertano. That's Harden. Got those confused earlier. My apologies. So Harden had it behind the goal. Harden with the first goal. I did not mention that when I was going through those goal scores. So it's Hill with 2, Norris with 2. Harden patient behind the goal. Looked to challenge coming up on her right side. Now she's on to the other side. Turns back, spins it. I saw the net go. Do we have a goal? Believe we do. We do. I believe that is Harden. That'll make the score 8-0, 11-11 to go in the second period. Looks like Butler will remain up top for the draw control. Casertano has taken every draw control for the Tornadoes so far. Continues to do it this time. Butler very aggressive up there, giving the Valley Bishops a good shot. This one is tossed over, initially controlled by North, then lost. Garcia looks to slap it away, and it'll be Wesleyan possession. Garcia knocked the stick of Norris, which caused it to go then out of bounds, and so it was off of Brevard. Iglesias started with it to challenge. She was picked up by 2 Brevard defenders and then pitched it out to Garcia. Now it's eventually back to Iglesias. Maxima has been the leading goal scorer for your Battling Bishops, both this year and last year. Had a cutter there, wasn't able to convert. Iglesias spins all the way around. Got a flag for Wesleyan here coming. I'm going to see where it goes. Be a free position shot for Iglesias. We'll see. It will be Maxima Iglesias. We'll take it here. Norris on the right side. She goes in, drops it in, and that'll be the first goal today for your Battling Bishops. See some cheers coming across the way there. 9:36 to go. That'll be 8-1. I'm sorry, I missed it. I thought it was in. It was not a goal. I thought for sure it was in. I can't believe it. The coaches on the sideline couldn't believe it either. They thought the same thing I did, that the Battling Bishops had got on the board, but not to be. So continue the defense here. Brevard brings it quickly. And attacks it in the middle there. The ball's a scrum right in front of the goal. Tried to get it to number 13, Jordan Fournette, but she was not able to catch the pass. And eventually it's picked up, I believe that's Lauren Graham on that side. And she is coming full speed, full throttle, just crosses the center midfield there, pitches over to Iglesias, and she'll take another chance at it. Yeah, I can't believe that didn't go in, that last shot. Iglesias gets in front of the goal this time. It's rejected, literally bounced back off of I'm assuming that was the stick of the goalie, Smith Fondle, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it either bounced off of Smith Fondle or her stick. Eventually controlled back by Wesleyan. Bree Garcia making a run for it now. She was challenged well by Fournette, And Fournette's able to come up with it, still trying to control it. And Casertano will come by and pick it up. She's checked there by Butler. Throws it back up to Hill. Butler will come up and take Hill now, and Hill content to let her teammates come down and set up the offense. She's standing just past the 30 there. Now steps just inside of it. 63 and counting on the shot clock. Butler with her stick up in the air, trying to obscure Hill's vision. Hill's been the point guard, so to speak, of the Tornado attack today. Now she'll challenge a little stronger. She turns and slides. What a shot. That was a really impressive turning shot from not close. You got to give credit there to Hill for what she did there. So that'll make it 9-0, 7:14 to go in the second period. Ballard Bishops will talk it over. A little bit behind the goal there and bring it back out for the draw. Casertano and Butler. It's been that way pretty much this whole quarter as far as the draw. Wesleyan looking to get some type of possession off of this. Certainly you can see that the Ballard Bishops settled in as the game got on. They've had chances, had a decent number of chances. Obviously the free position shot from Iglesias earlier was the best one, but then Iglesias had another chance not long after that. Butler with a great challenge off of that, and it'll be controlled this time by your Ballard Bishops. Iglesias off to the races. She'll challenge hard, get right in front of the goal, spins, turns, knocked away. What a great, just some great work in the goal today for Brevard. Again, that's Smith Fondle, the junior. Iglesias there being double teamed, kind of pressed out. He'll catch a screen, runs around Norris, pops her a little bit. Toss this time low and still saved there by Smith Fondle. Another save for Smith Fondle. This time it is controlled by the Tornadoes. Toss deep and high kind of into the middle. And that's Eliana Butler will stop it for Wesleyan to bring it back. Not sure why. It's clear, just clear attempt was just kind of thrown up there. Garcia will pick it up, and she'll control it. And she is being checked by Norris as she runs across the field from the far side to the near side. Catches a little screen by Iglesias. Was challenged by Casertano. Pitched it to Iglesias. Now challenged by Casertano and Harden. Gets by Harden. Tossed into Zuniga. Zuniga is right in front of the goal but can't catch it. So she scoops it out towards the corner. That was Tamaya Rooks who was on it there trying to keep it in bounds. She did, but then she wasn't able to control it as Brevard pursued it. So Brevard attempts to clear it this time. That's Lopez Velez. I was going to say she turns it over, but we've got a green card on number 5, Maxima Iglesias. So it'll be 1 minute from Maxima Iglesias. 5:22 to go in the second period. 9-0 your score. As Coach talks it over with Iglesias. And Brevard jogs it down. That's Norris with it in the attack zone now. She jogs far side, now tosses it over to Casertano. Casertano content to sit for a moment when she's challenged by Graham. Now Casertano goes hard right, turns back left, beats her, gets past Graham, and then throws it in the back of the goal. A very impressive move by Casertano for the 10th goal of the day. That's 4:45 on the clock in the second period. A very impressive goal there by the junior from Cumming, Georgia, Chattahoochee High School. .430 and counting now in that first period. In the second period, I'm sorry, first half, I meant to say. Butler and Casertano at the draw. Again, pretty impressed, especially with the what she's picked up there for Butler to do as well as she's done here. This one is more controlled by Casertano, flipped over to Hill, and Hill is on the attack. She's covered by Butler. We've got a whistle and a timeout. Brevard. I believe it's a timeout, Brevard. 3:52 to play in the second quarter. We'll take a break right here on Flow Sports. All right, we're back here in Rocky Mount. Brevard timeout, and now it'll be Brevard possession. On the far side, Hill is ready to pick it up. 3:52 to play in the first half, second period. 10-0 Brevard, and we're off and going. Norris cuts down. A lot of action there by Brevard. It's kind of in a bunch, taking each a run across the crease. Tried to get it there to, I believe, number, and now I think she's got number 16, Smallwood. Went across, but it was knocked away, I believe, by Lauren Graham. She's going to get a green card. So Graham's out for 1 minute, and play is back in session. It throws inside of Smallwood there. So Niga's on it. Actually, I'm sorry, I believe. Trying to see exactly who that was for Wesleyan. I think it was Villar who had possession trying to get it. She's on it again. That's Diana Villar. She's a freshman from Lima, Peru. off the post, I believe it bounces. That's Casertano, controlled by Norris. She turns and fires. It's no goal. We've got a card, I believe, for slashing. That's going to be Norris. She kind of tosses her hands, but she heads to the sideline. It'll be a yellow card on number 1. 2:52 to play in the first half. Wesleyan will control. That's Iglesias with it. She's been challenged now by Casertano and Harden. Eventually breaks free of them. She crosses into the attack, spins away from Fernetti. Not now. Fernetti is on her still. Was about to get double, so backed off. Runs all the way to the right side. We've got a whistle. And Casertano will take some time. So yellow, I believe that'll be 2 minutes as well for number 20, Casertano. That'll put NC Wesleyan at a 2-person advantage for 1:10. They'll have another 1 minute, 50 seconds after that expires. So Norris and Casertano together in the box. Iglesias out front being challenged by Hill. She kind of shuffles left. Now takes a screen, goes right. She's got to look at it. Tossed again, bounces up and in, and that one will count. NC Wesleyan goal, Maxima Iglesias. 1:48 to go in the second period. Makes your score 10-1. Favor of the Tornadoes. Long-awaited first goal. Maybe that'll make it easier to continue the scoring for NC Wesleyan. That'll release Norris. She's back in. Casertano is still out. She's got 1:47 on her penalty. Norris releases 56 seconds left. It'll be Butler, and this time, of course, with Casertano out, Hill steps up to take the draw. Tossed up and then gathered in by Harden for Brevard, and she is off toward the goal. Comes back in, tosses it back up, tries to get it to Hill, but it's too far. Now there's a race, Butler and Hill. Hill gets there first. She throws it up in the air and then controls it herself. And now she's headed back down toward the offensive end. Hill to Norris. Norris being checked by Iglesias. No real pressure here. Brevard content to take their time. They're down a player. Casertano is out. Turnover there. Graham tosses ahead to Zuniga. Zuniga bounced off Zuniga. Now she controls it. Norris coming up behind her. Tossed over to Iglesias just in the nick of time. Norris now challenged Iglesias. She hesitates, then goes around. Now gets a screen from Zuniga. Loses it just inside the inner arc. Gets it over to Tarasi. Tarasi catches, spins back, and will take it behind the goal. 22 seconds left on the penalty. Tarasi gets it, was headed in front of the goal, but a good defensive play there. Brevard to knock it out. 13 and counting on the penalty. Also 11-10 on the about the same amount of time on the game clock for the second period. Controls out of bounds. It'll be Wesleyan ball. However, that'll do it for the half. Your score 10-1. Ballin Bishops trail. We'll be back after halftime here on Flow Sports. All right, getting ready here for the second half. Ballon Bishops got on the board late there in the second period on a goal by Maxima Iglesias. Pulling back up, looking for the stats from the looking at Brevard leaders. So Norris with 2 goals, Harden with 2, Hill with 3. She's also got 3 assists. And then Casertano with 3 goals as well. Similar on the shots. Looking at in goal for Brevard, 4 saves, 1 goal against, and a fantastic save. Some fantastic saves that was by Brevard. All right, and we're off here. It's going to be controlled eventually by Norris. Gets it. And it'll be Norris is off to the races. She's traced by Garcia, who takes, I thought was going to take a swipe. She gets in front of Norris and slows her down a little bit. 20 seconds in here. Brevard now in the offensive area. Garcia pushing, and that's going to be a foul. It's going to be a yellow. I didn't see that, but that'll be on Bree Garcia, so that'll put her out for 2 minutes. So Garcia, number 9, with the yellow card, 2 minutes, 14:25. She'll be releasable at 12:25. And it'll be Brevard ball. Norris will take it now, challenged by Graham. Norris flips it up top to Harden. Harden flips it over to Norris. Norris dives inside now. Turns, throws back with the right hand, but there's a violation before that. I'm not sure what it was, but it was called well before she took the shot. So no goal, and it'll be Ballin Bishop's possession. And Iglesias with it again. Coming up, getting pressure from Casertano. Butler helps slow that pressure, subsided a little bit. And Iglesias trots into the zone. Iglesias now behind the net. All eyes on her. Rooks cuts across the goal. Iglesias thought about it. Now goes back behind the goal to the other side. Villar takes a run at it. Iglesias comes around again, and it's a goal. Comes off of Villar, I don't know if it's a screen, etc., but Villar caused enough trouble with the traffic there where Iglesias could get a look at it, and that'll be the second goal for Wesleyan, second goal for Iglesias. 10-2 here are your Ballin Bishops. So the Bishops have had the last 2 goals. The officials chatting it up with, one of the officials chatting it up with Nicole Torrasi. And now jogging it up for the draw. It'll be Butler and Hill. So we saw Casertano a lot in the first. We saw Casertano a lot in the first half for Brevard. Now it's Hill, and we've got Butler. We saw Butler largely in the entire second period, really, for the Ballin Bishops run the draw. It is controlled by Wesleyan. Iglesias is off to the races now. Now she settles in, pitches up to Tarasi. Tarasi turns, shoots, saved again there by Brevard Smith-Fondle. Yeah, Smith-Fondle really had some fantastic saves. That was another one. That was one-on-one with Tarasi, a very good goal scorer for the Battling Bishops, with a good shot at a good pass from Iglesias, but Smith-Fondle able to prevent the goal. That'll be another save. And we reset it, got it where the official wants it, and we're back to action here with Iglesias on it. Pitches over to Bree. I think Iglesias may need a little bit of a breather. So she pitches over to Garcia. Quickly, Iglesias is checked by Hill to prevent her from getting it back. Now Norris challenges Garcia, pushes her pretty far over outside, and we're going to have a foul. Can't see what color card that is, but I believe it's going to be a green card because he holds up one. So I think it's going to be 1 minute on number one. We'll get the word if it's any different. And Garcia's going to have it. We got a reset on the shot clock. That'll go back to 90. Really hadn't had the clock expire any today on either team. 1 minute, I believe, is that penalty. It's corrected by Walker.Thompson at Walker.Thompson. The DJ Skills helping us out today on the scoreboard. There was one time we did have an expiration of the clock in the first period. Wesleyan gets it. That was Iglesias looking to try to get it into Villar. Villar not able to control it. Rooks is on it now. She swipes it away, and Zuniga comes over to grab it. Pitches it up top toward Garcia. Now Ali Zuniga controls it again. She's looking, pitches it back to Bree Garcia, and Garcia is off running with it. She's been challenged by Fournette. Now gets it to Iglesias. She's had a little rest now. She settles in on the left side, the near side for us as we're watching it here from the press box. Got some good cutters. Got Villar cuts across there. Villar looking maybe to screen. Rooks definitely looking to screen. Iglesias gets it in, and it's another goal. Third goal for Iglesias. In this second half, the third period, the Battling Bishops have scored 2 goals to Brevard none. So a nice little run here for NC Wesleyan to start the second half. Really have gotten better as the game goes along. Even from the first period was all Brevard, and then eventually in that second period they were able. NC Wesleyan was able to control, not control. Toward the end of the second period, NC Wesleyan was able to get on the board, and I think that kind of helped everything settle down for the Battling Bishops. So it's 10-3 now is your score. Brevard still very much in control right now, but a lot of time left. 10:44 to go in the third period. Butler and Hill on the draw again. See Casertano there. She's around that center circle, but not really in the action. Tossed up and behind. Iglesias had it, but not able to control it. There's a big scrum for it. And it's still a scrum. Iglesias looks to grab it. She does. Inside the offensive zone there. Fournette challenges her. She goes around the back of the goal. Fournette challenges her more. Not letting her settle like she did before. So Iglesias will try to see if she's going to give it up or head on in. She gets a screen or somewhat of a screen there from Garcia. But now she settles out, not being challenged out front. Again, may just be taking a little bit of a break. Now Hill comes in to challenge her. Chuck, and that'll be Hill's not happy. That'll be a green card. That'll be 1 minute on number 12, Hill. So 9:58 to go. 10-3 your score. The Battling Bishops trying to fight back. And it'll start with Maxima Iglesias trotting behind the goal. Looked for Tarasi there. They're cutting Tarasi. Not able to get it to her. Goes around now, challenged by Casertano. We've got a whistle. I think that's going to put Casertano out. I'm not sure what it is. We're trying to find out here. I believe it's going to be a free position shot. It is. That'll put Iglesias with the ball, Casertano behind. Everybody else getting to their positions. Norris looking to challenge on the right, Fournette on the left. Iglesias goes, stops, goes around Norris, shoots, and scores again. 4 for the Battling Bishops, 4 for Maximum Iglesias, 3 here in the first 5.5 minutes of the third period. Can't say it's there yet, but certainly a fantastic run here for the Battling Bishops as the game progresses. 9:34 to go. 10-4 is your score. That is a releasable penalty, so each of those last 2 goals have been with a person down. We got a timeout. I believe it's Brevard. Not sure. We'll take a timeout too. 10-4 your score. 9:35 to play in the third period here on. All right, back here after a short timeout. Casertano is back on the draw control, and she'll get it against Butler this time. Possession for Brevard. 10-4, 9:23 and counting. Brevard taking their time, definitely in no hurry with a 6 goal lead. Norris will take it up top. Harden comes over to screen. She was cutting across. Now Norris takes it, heads toward the goal, picked up by Graham. Pushed out. Now she gets around Graham. Challenged inside by several Battling Bishops. They kind of dove in there to protect the goal. Good overall defense. 30 on the clock here. Tosses it over to Hill. And that's blocked by, I believe that's Kiki that knocked it away before it got to the goalie. It's flying around now. Eventually, I thought Bree Garcia had it. And she does. She's able to control it and get some possession. Fournette challenges her. She tosses it up to Eliana Butler. Butler not able to control it, but eventually grabs it, tosses it back over to Bree Garcia. She can't get it, and so it's picked up, I believe, by Catherine Gerner. I believe that's who has it. She pitches it back up to she pitches it back up to Norris. And now Norris will settle in. There's over 70 on the shot clock. No hurry here. 7.5 minutes in the third period. 10-4 your score. Behind the goal is Norris. She's moving quickly. We've got a foul there. It's going to be on Allison Zuniga's coming over, but I'm not sure that she's. Don't think the penalty was on her. Just a lot of action there, a lot of bodies going back and forth. Back to action here. Norris going around. She's checked by Iglesias. I think that's going to be on Iglesias. We've got a whistle. Let's see what it is. It's a yellow on Iglesias. So it's going to be 2 minutes on number 5, Maxima Iglesias for your Battling Bishops. That'll put Brevard one up here for 2 minutes. 6:43 to go. So that'll be 4:43 is where she would be released unless there's a goal. She trots over and sits down. Smallwood, I think, is going to start it here. She was behind the goal. Now she's trotting up. And now she tosses up to Norris. Norris will have a free position shot. Graham on one side, Garcia on the other. Norris been effective today for Brevard. 6:43 to go again in the third period. Credit to Battling Bishops with coming back here. 4 straight goals. Norris trying to stave that off. She backs off instead of attacking. Pretty smart move here. Burn some clock for Brevard. They had a fresh shot clock. It'll be 90 seconds. He's challenged by Graham. Now she gets by Graham. Graham knocks it away. It's Kiki that picks it up. Now the goalie controls it for your Battling Bishops. Nice gather there. Eliana Butler racing down the field very fast. Gets around and takes a shot at it. It's off, but it'll be retained by the Battling Bishops. Nicole Tarasi was able to be the closest when the ball went out, when the shot went out. So now Tarasi will control it. Again, Iglesias is on the bench for your Battling Bishops, so she's been the biggest offensive attacker today. So Tarasi's stepping in to fill that void. Now she pitches out to Bree Garcia. Initially, Brevard happy to sit back. Then Norris went out to challenge. Looked like Tarasi was trying to pitch ahead to Zuniga. It was swatted away as it came in. And now controlled by Brevard. Long toss. There'll be a fight for it with Graham and eventually controlled by, well, actually that is NC Wesleyan. Number 7, Kiara Locklear, Kiki as she's affectionately known. Controls it. Now it's going to go back to Harden. Harden with the first goal of the game from back corner of the net. Iglesias is released here without a Brevard goal. So the defense certainly has come on for NC Wesleyan. Brevard has not attacked as we saw in the free position as they did in the first half. Has not looked to attack as much, which they don't have to with a 6-goal lead. However, the Battling Bishops are continuing to fight. Norris bumping Iglesias there. Iglesias slows down, kind of gathers herself, and now she readies another run. Gets by Norris, comes around to the middle. Now she's challenged by Hill. Gets by Hill. Norris picks her up. Kind of a tag team defensive effort there. Lots of eyes, of course, on Iglesias. She's got all 4 goals for the Battling Bishops. She'll take a run this time around. Garcia gets a good look at it, and it's going to be a save. Another save there for Brevard. Smith Fondle again. This time it goes out of bounds when they're trying to clear it. And so the ball will go back over to NC Wesleyan. That's going to be number 5, Maxima Iglesias, coming over to pick it up. Iglesias and Garcia talking it over. Clock's at 75. Now Hill comes out to challenge, throws it to Tarasi. She's got a little bit of an opening there. Scoop spins and knocked away again there by Smith Fondle. Slapped around and eventually picked up by Lopez Velez and returned to the goalie. In goal there, Smith Fondle gets it, and they're looking to advance it. Was trying to toss to Norris. Norris was not looking. It's picked up by Lauren Graham. She'll give some attack for the first time today. She's speeding down the middle, loses it, chucked by Heel. She doesn't like that. And so we've got a yellow, I think a yellow, yeah, we've got a yellow on number 12, Heel. That'll be 2 minutes on Heel, 2:21 to play, so we've got 21 seconds remaining here. Goal by Nicole Tarasi, 10-5. That is an assist by Maxima Iglesias to the Nicole Tarasi. Had a couple chances earlier today. Nicole had 2, actually one from Iglesias, and both were saves, very strong saves. And so that'll be 5 straight for your Battling Bishops. And 10-5 will be your score. 2:14 to go. That'll be released. Hill will be released now, and your Battling Bishops will be up 10, or will be down 10-5. All righty, back here for action. 157 and counting. Tossed into Tarasi again, and again, that's Smith Fondle knocking it away. That's going to be a penalty on Tarasi, so that'll send her to the bench. Not sure if it's a yellow or green yet. But she had another shot. I think it was on the scoring attempt. All right, so we've got the clock stopped, and we're figuring out here starting possession. So I'm not sure if it's a minute or 2 minutes. Either way, a minute 30, and Brevard is a yellow. So that is a yellow for 2 minutes. So that'll be releasable at 30 seconds into the fourth period. We can just remember that actually 27 seconds into the fourth period. Anyway, it was controlled up top. The clear attempt was controlled actually by NC Wesleyan Butler. Bree Garcia has it now. She's being challenged by Velez. Pushed out to the corner. She kind of tosses it up. Butler controls it again. She attacks center, tosses it back over to, was tossed to Garcia again. She's not able to control it, and that goes out of bounds. That'll be Brevard ball. 35 seconds and counting. Smith-Fondle tosses ahead to Casertano. Casertano still with it, challenging down the middle, trying to get around Butler. Less than 10 seconds on the clock here. I think Brevard will be happy just to maintain control. Plus 60 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. That'll be it for the third period. 10-5, all Wesleyan in the third period there. We'll be right back for the final period on Flow Sports. All right, we're back here for the final period, fourth period, 10-5. What a game of runs so far. 10 goals for Brevard in the first quarter and most of the second quarter. And then Iglesias gets Wesleyan on the board late in the second period. Who knew that would be the first of 5 straight goals for NC Wesleyan? So 3 more by Iglesias, so 4 for Iglesias. And then 1 more for Nicole Tarasi. That was the 5th goal. And that'll bring us to where we're at now, getting things set. Should be Brevard possession, and it is. Hill will take it up top. Still, Nicole Tarasi is out. She's sitting on a 2-minute penalty right now. So Hill will challenge. Be interesting to see. Didn't seem they were attacking as much, certainly in that third period. But we'll see if this changes. All right, a few seconds into the fourth period, we've got a foul. It's going to be on, trying to see what it's going to be. We will determine it here by how they set up. We're going to see what they've got here. Hill's taking the ball. And she's going to set up outside behind the goal. Now she's jogging behind the goal. We're back live action here. Runs around to the right side. She's definitely looks like she's attacking to me. Pitches in the center. That's a goal. That's Maddie Norris. Oh, very nice offensive execution there by Norris. That's 14:36 to go in the fourth period and start the shot clock. 14:36 to go. That'll be 11-5 now. Gives Brevard their 11th goal. The first one since the second period, oddly enough, which brings us to where we're at in today's contest. Now we'll come back up for the draw here. It'll be Casertano, who took most of the first half, maybe all of the first half. And Butler, once Butler started, once they sent Butler to the draw in the second period, she's had everyone since then, I believe. 10 seconds for Tarasi to be released. Casertano controls it with Iglesias challenges, and now Casertano is aggressively attacking, or at least getting inside the 30. Now she's out. Tarasi comes back in. Norris there just scored a goal. She pitches the heel. Definitely looks like a different mindset for Brevard right now, and that's Casertano with the goal, 12-5, as the Tornadoes come out with 2 quick goals in the first minute. So a game of runs for sure. 10 goals for Brevard, 5 goals for Wesleyan over the course of a period and a little bit more, and now 2 goals for Brevard. So 12-5 our score. And we've got a timeout. I assume that's the Battle of Bishops, but I'm not sure. We've got a timeout. And we'll take one as well here on Flow Sports. Back to action here after the battling Bishops working to regroup. 10 goals for Brevard, 5 for Wesleyan, 2 for Brevard. Brings us to 12-5. 13:54 to play in the ball game. All right, here we go. Goes over to Garcia, who picks it up. She tosses it up in the air to Iglesias, and she'll take it, being Hill and Norris was both in the mix for it. But Garcia able to come up with it. We're going to get a whistle here, and a Hill will get another penalty. That's going to be a yellow, so 2 minutes for Hill for Brevard. 13:32 to go. 12-5 to score. They've changed how some of the penalties are administered this year. Some become non-releasable when they get to certain numbers and changes, and so getting all that straight. Appreciate our team working hard with the officials down there today, figuring all that out. Or making sure it's correct, I should say. 13:32 to go. Wesleyan will have possession. It's going to be Iglesias with it. Norris is in front of her. Again, 2 minutes for Hill. Tosses inside to Tarasi. Tarasi spins, drops the ball, then controls it and steps back out. Not sure what the call there was. It was certainly on NC Wesleyan, and so Tarasi sent over. So Tarasi's now out for the battling Bishops. Casertano brings it across, pitches ahead to Norris. We've got Tarasi and it looks like a green card on Tarasi that time. So maybe she's got a minute. Got another whistle while we're looking to sort that out. $12:57 to go. All right, Iglesia with the possession now for the battling Bishops. She'll get in front of the goal, drop it in, and it's another goal for Iglesias, her 5th of the day. We'll cut the lead to 6. So that'll be 6-12 now. Brevard still with a commanding lead with the amount of time remaining. Back at the faceoff will be Casertano and Butler. Been that way most of the second half. 12:24 to go. 6-12 your score. Iglesias with her 5th goal of the day. Tarasi, who will be released here in about 30 seconds from her green card. Tarasi has the other goal for the battling Bishops. Casertano with a heck of a draw control there. Give her credit for the strong individual effort there versus Butler. Tosses it up to Norris. Norris being checked by Graham. Some reinforcements being brought by Brevard. Graham's able to knock it away from Norris. Not able to pick it up. Now does. Pitches ahead to Taurasi. Taurasi headed toward the goal. She'll go around. She'll spin back to the middle. I thought she was going behind the goal, but she was challenged, so she spun back around. Gets it up to Iglesia. Iglesia charges, steps back out. Was looking maybe a screen off of Taurasi, but then stopped. Spins. Headed back to the middle. Goes through two defenders. Nice shot, but another strong save there by Smith Fondle on the day. Not exactly sure how many that is, but another one. The clear not there. Tossed inside to Taurasi, but it goes through Taurasi, and it's going to be out the back. It's going to be possession Brevard. I thought that Iglesias got there, but maybe not. It's a tough angle. May have been ruled not a shot and a pass. That's another possibility, probably the most likely possibility. So Hill is out for Brevard for the rest of the game. There's 10:36 left. Certainly one of Brevard's stronger players. Several goals on the day. She's putting on some long pants to stay warm here on the sideline. Meanwhile, Brevard brings it forward. It's Harden who scored the first goal of the game for the Tornadoes. She was checked there by Villar. Still being checked by Villar. Again, no hurry for Brevard. We've got a whistle now. Looks like it's going to be a free position shot. Putting Harden in that position. 47 on the clock, on the shot clock that is. 10:01 on the game clock. 6-12 on the scoreboard. Brevard with a 6-goal advantage. Officials getting everyone in the right spots, or out of the wrong spots, I should say. That's a shot there by Harden, top right, top shelf, a very strong shot. And that'll be the 13th goal of the day for Brevard. So 13-6, Harden with another goal. No goal. Was it disallowed? All right, get things checked out here with the officials. I think the goal has been disallowed. They'll talk it over, and we'll be right back after this with some detail. Iglesias with the ball there, tossed it over to the cutting Zuniga. Zuniga not able to control it. Had a great chance at an open shot there, not open goal. We've seen Smith Fondle today do a fantastic job of actually blocking some of those one-on-one shots. Looking for Rooks there. Rooks not able to get it. It'll be Casertano is able to control it, and she'll bring it all the way down on the attack. Settles in, tosses it back up to Norris. 9:13 to go. Norris throws it in again there to Harden. Harden made contact. I'm trying to figure out who that was. I think we'll find out. I think there'll probably be a penalty there, a card. Let's see. Nope, it'll be a free position shot. For number 10, Sophia Harden. She's had several goals today. She's had one here recently, and now she tosses it inside to the cutting to the cutting Casertano, and she'll get a goal. This time the assist would be to Harden. So now it's 13-6, 8:29 to play. Casertano just scored a goal, and she'll be up now for the draw against Butler. Butler tosses it over. Let's make sure Casertano is okay. She's kind of limping there. Now she gathers back up to full speed. She chases Garcia, takes a swipe at the ball, not able to get it. Garcia's being checked by Fournette. Garcia tosses it up to Rooks. Not controlled as a scrum for it right now. There's about 4 or 5. There's some people kicking it, doing everything. And it's going to come out. It's going to be Brevard ball. Not sure of the exact call, but Rooks now slaps it away. And Iglesias picks it up. 7:42, so we're almost halfway through this fourth period, 13-6. Ballin Bishops will be difficult to return from that deficit. However, certainly a lot to build on in terms of the success of the third period, especially both offensively and defensively, and then of the defense and offense in the third period and part of the fourth. So, got a foul there on the Ballin Bishops. Not sure that was on Brevard. I believe that was on Villar. And so Brevard will bring it up. That's Harden with it. Now it's on the turf, and Garcia picks it up. Be possession Ballin Bishops. She's looking to toss it ahead. Tosses it over toward Iglesias. Iglesias gets it. Got 3 ladies on her. Outruns them. And she's looking to challenge, trying to get past Norris now. She does. Shoots. Drops it down low and not able to get it in. Villar is hustling over. Picks it up. Villar, as we said before, from Peru. Iglesias from Argentina. Nice international flavor for these ladies. Pitches it over to Nicole Tarasi. Tarasi behind, kind of directing traffic. Turns, spins, knocked out, but swiped in. Nice, what a shot by Nicole Tarasi. Her second goal of the day, 13-7. Your Ballin Bishops get another one. 6:05 to play. Thirteen 7, 6-goal deficit for your Ballin Bishops. 6 minutes to play. Have to be a goal a minute. My quick math tells me the Ballin Bishops would have to make up. Doable, but not likely. Difficult to score. Brevard obviously has had a pretty strong defense on the day overall. Excellent Smith Fondle has been fantastic in goal with some difficult saves. All right, ball is dropped there. Some type of violation on the draw by Brevard, so there'll be possession NC Wesleyan. I think if we were given possession to start every draw, that could help. Challenge there by Casertano. Gets by her, that is Iglesias. Spins, tosses it back. Not sure exactly what happened, but Iglesias gets it again. Challenged by Norris this time. Toss it over to Tarasi, and before that, we've got a foul rather, on. She pointed toward Brevard, meaning I thought the violation was on Wesleyan, but it's not. It's on ball. It's a ball bounces off of Maxima Iglesias' leg. That's pretty beastly right there. She didn't even flinch. That ball is not soft. It is cold. That ball bounced off her leg, and she didn't even think twice. So she's got it here. Free position shot. Heads in, drops it down and in again. Goal number 6 for the day for Maxima Iglesias, and that'll be 8-13, 5:05 to play. I guess we're on track. 1 goal per minute. They did that one in 55 seconds, so I guess who knows what could happen. Certainly proud of the way that the Valley Bishops have responded today after being in a hole early against a hard-charging and tough-playing Brevard team. Brevard again with Hill on the sideline for this last stretch. I think she went over there about 10 minutes to play, maybe in the fourth quarter. So very obviously a different team with one of your better goal scorers and players on the bench. 5 minutes, 5:05 to play exactly. 13-8 is the lead for Brevard. Draw control will go to the Valley Bishops. Maxima Iglesias with it again. Casertano will challenge her. Swipe as Iglesias gets by. Tossed over to Garcia. Garcia will toss it up and into Tarasi. Tarasi will settle initially and then head back out to behind the net. Pitches to there's some type of illegal screen there. I'm not sure where that came from, but it was on Villar, and so it'll be a turnover, and it'll be to Brevard. 4:22 and counting. Tossed up on a long, clear attempt. Brevard is going to slap at it, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be controlled by Lauren Graham of the Valley Bishops. Actually, they're going to give possession to Brevard. Yeah, it looked like it was clearly out on Brevard. Brevard had swiped it over, but nonetheless, it's Brevard's ball here. Maddie Norris with the ball up top. Possession. She's been checked by Graham. Graham challenges there, and we've got a whistle. Possession is going to stay with Brevard. We've got a stop in the clock. And the official near the net will give a card. That card will be, now he's informing Graham on the card. Graham trots off. It'll be a green card, so 1 minute for Lauren. Graham, that is. And Norris will have the ball. Still, that way Maxima Iglesias takes it away there. It's a Brevard challenge. Gets it up to Bree Garcia. She's on a run for it. Norris closing in on her, looking to attack. So she'll pitch it back to Iglesias, who crosses the midfield stripe. Pitches up to Zuniga. Zuniga on the catch. 2:50 and counting to go. Five deficit goal here. Ball goes down as it's attempted to get to Tarasi. There's a call there on against the Bishops. I'm not sure if it was trapped. I'm not sure exactly what the call was, but it's thrown back into Smith Fondal. Initially didn't control it. Now she's got it, but she's outside the crease. So being challenged by Tarasi. 2:20 and counting. Again, that 5-goal deficit. Going to be hard to, very difficult to overcome now. Garcia's got it, pitches it over to Iglesia. Smith-Fondo was out of the goal as she was trying to clear. Now she's back in. Pitches over to Tarasi. Tarasi can't catch it, and then it's controlled by Smith-Fondo in goal. Under 2 minutes now. Tosses up to the midfield. That's Graham has been released. She gets it, tosses it back towards Iglesias. Iglesias again uses her body to control that ball, this time in play. Kind of looked like a soccer player out there. Gathered it with her stomach. 1:30 and counting. Tried to get a little opening there. Now she's got one. Used kind of her own player as a screen. But it was saved away or knocked away there by Brevard defender. Not sure if that was Smith-Fondo that got it or Brevard defender. Tosses it up again to midfield, and that goes to not controlled yet. Butler had a crack at it, and then Graham came and got it. Throws it hard to back down to Tarasi. Tarasi tried to scoop it like she did a few minutes ago and score, and that one's not able to get in. We're under a minute here, folks. Same thing that was tossed. I think they're going to say we had a crease violation. But we're waiting for a word here. 45 seconds and counting. It'll be Brevard possession, and here we go. Again, 13-7 as we wrap this up. 30 seconds. 35, actually. Both teams still fighting hard. 25 seconds and counting.